When King Charles III passes, it will mark the close of his reign, as it often does for monarchs. Inevitably, thoughts turn to what will come next. Like his mother, Charles is expected to serve until his passing, and when that time arrives, the British monarchy will enter a period of mourning. However, attention will quickly shift to Prince William and his family, who will have many responsibilities to fulfill. What responsibilities will they face? What exactly will unfold when King Charles III dies? In this video, we'll walk you through what we anticipate will happen after the king's passing, so stay tuned and let's dive in. Number 1. The start of Operation Menai Bridge. The funeral arrangements for Queen Elizabeth II were codenamed Operation London Bridge, and similar plans have been set in place for the passing of King Charles III, named Operation Menai Bridge, after the suspension bridge linking Wales to Anglesey. Former Royal Protection Officer Simon Morgan explained that preparations for Operation Menai Bridge began the day after the Queen's passing. Given that King Charles is now 73 years old, Morgan emphasized the importance of keeping such preparations in mind. He noted that many of the structural plans from Operation London Bridge would likely be adapted for Menai Bridge, as the Queen's funeral arrangements proved effective. Morgan suggested that Operation London Bridge would serve as the standard model for future royal funerals, as the Queen's was carried out smoothly. Operation Menai Bridge not only signifies the preparations for a royal transition, but also embodies the continuity of British royal traditions meticulously structured for generations. These plans, much like Operation London Bridge, represent an intricate balance between honoring historical protocol and adapting to the needs of modern audiences. This continuity aims to reassure the public, maintaining stability during a significant period of change. Experts suggest that, just as Operation London Bridge was carried out with precision and dignity, Menai Bridge will likely follow this example, ensuring that the transition reflects respect for both the monarchy and the nation's sentiments. Number 2. Prince George will assume the role of heir apparent. Upon the passing of King Charles, one aspect of Operation Menai Bridge will come into immediate effect. Prince William will take the throne, and in turn his son, Prince George, will become the official heir apparent and next in line. Just as William inherited titles and responsibilities after Charles's accession, it's expected that George will take on the titles his father formerly held and earned. The Prince of Wales and Princess Middleton have already begun preparing George for the responsibilities that lie ahead as the future heir to the kingdom. In July 2022, George made his debut in a royal role at Wimbledon, an appearance that carries on a tradition cherished by his parents. Royal historian Robert Lacey, in Battle of Brothers, details that William and Kate have been careful and intentional in introducing George to his future. While specifics of the discussion remain undisclosed, Lacey shares that around George's 7th birthday in the summer of 2020, his parents began explaining what a life dedicated to royal duty and service will entail. They have started to offer him deeper insight into the expectations and responsibilities he will carry as he grows, guiding him gradually into understanding the significance of his unique path. Number 3. The line of succession will be updated upon the passing of King Charles, following a similar transition as when Queen Elizabeth passed. Although Prince William is expected to become king next, this adjustment in the line of succession will impact several members of the royal family. Traditionally, the order of succession begins with the eldest child of the heir, followed by their children, and then moves to the heir's next oldest sibling and their descendants. This structure clearly places Prince William's children ahead of Prince Harry in the line. This system ensures that the line of power remains stable and predictable even as changes occur within the royal family. In addition to the direct line, modifications in titles and roles are expected throughout the extended family with the passing of King Charles. This transition often brings renewed responsibilities, such as increased public duties or adjustments in ceremonial roles, especially for those closer to the line of succession. Observers note that such changes not only reflect the evolving structure of the monarchy, but also serve as a reminder of its stability amid generational shifts. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis will inevitably face greater visibility and responsibilities in their future roles, marking the next era of the British monarchy. Number 4. Prince William may alter his name. Prince William may decide to alter his name upon becoming king. In 2022, King Charles III chose to break with royal tradition by using his birth name as his regnal name, following the example set by his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. This choice has raised questions about whether Prince William will keep his given name when he takes the throne, becoming King William IV, or if he will create a new royal persona with a different name. If William does opt for a change, he may choose to incorporate part of his full name, which is William Arthur Philip Lewis, Duke of Cambridge, Earl of Strathearn, and Baron Carrickfergus. The topic of William's future regnal name came up in a light-hearted moment in September 2022. During a Zoom conference with teachers and a student from a school in Lincolnshire, a child asked him, "William the Conqueror was the first William. What name would you like to have?" William chuckled at the question, clearly finding it amusing, but he didn't offer an answer, leaving the question of his potential regnal name open-ended. This moment left many wondering if he has considered his options, or if he'll ultimately choose to follow in his father's footsteps by retaining his own name when he eventually ascends the throne. Number 5. Kate Middleton will be given a new title. When King Charles took the throne, Camilla Parker Bowles received the title of Queen Consort and is now simply referred to as Camilla. Following the passing of her father-in-law, Kate Middleton, currently the Princess of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge, is also expected to receive a new title. As the wife of the future king, Kate will officially become the Queen Consort, gaining this title through marriage rather than lineage. As Kate steps into the role of Queen Consort, her responsibilities and public influence will undoubtedly expand, with expectations that she will champion key social and charitable causes as part of her new position. This shift will further define Kate's role within the royal family as she takes on duties that represent continuity and modernity in the monarchy. Additionally, royal observers anticipate that her new title will deepen her connection with the public as she embodies a blend of tradition and accessibility. These changes are likely to reinforce the monarchy's relevance in today's society, symbolizing the steady evolution of royal roles over time. However, it's likely she'll be popularly known as Queen Catherine. Additionally, it's expected that during Charles' coronation, Camilla as Queen Consort will also be crowned alongside her husband, symbolizing her status in the royal family. Number 6. Prince William's children will receive new titles. Upon King Charles's passing, it won't just be Kate Middleton who undergoes a change in title. Each of Prince William's children will experience a shift in their royal titles. This includes Princess Charlotte, whose current titles and status could be significantly impacted. As it stands, Charlotte is set to inherit the title of Princess of Wales, which traditionally passes to either the daughter or wife of the prince. However, if Prince George marries before William is officially crowned King of England, this could prevent Charlotte from receiving the Princess of Wales title, effectively closing that chapter of royal protocol for her. This potential change would mark a dramatic shift in Charlotte's life, particularly as titles in the royal family carry symbolic and practical roles. Should her father ascend to the throne, there is also the possibility that Charlotte could lose or have her titles adjusted, altering her role within the royal family. These changes highlight the complexities of royal inheritance and the delicate balance of tradition that each royal family member navigates. Number 7. Prince William might indeed relocate to Buckingham Palace when he becomes king, as it's traditionally expected that the reigning monarch will make the palace their primary residence. Queen Elizabeth spent her reign at various royal homes, including Balmoral and Windsor Castle, but she always considered Buckingham Palace her main residence. Currently, the palace is undergoing extensive renovations, which are not expected to be completed until 2027. There has been speculation that William and Kate will eventually move into Buckingham Palace, though this remains unconfirmed. Official sources have indicated that when they are made king and queen, the couple is likely to take up residence there, as Buckingham Palace is expected to remain the monarchy's headquarters. However, There's also a chance they may choose to continue living at Kensington Palace. It's also worth noting that William and Kate recently moved their family to Anmer Hall in July of this year, where they appear very happy with their decision. Moving to Buckingham Palace would represent a significant lifestyle change for Prince William and Kate Middleton, as the palace's role as a central hub of royal operations demands a more public-facing life. Adapting to such a prominent residence may shift not only the couple's daily life but also their family's exposure and responsibilities within the monarchy. Some experts suggest that William and Kate's recent move to Anmer Hall demonstrates their preference for a balanced, family-oriented lifestyle, which may contrast with the more formal, traditional setting of Buckingham Palace. This decision could impact how the public perceives their reign, highlighting their commitment to modern family values while upholding royal duties. Number 8. Prince William stands to inherit a significant fortune upon becoming king. Currently, as Prince of Wales, Duke of Cornwall, and Duke of Cambridge, his net worth is estimated at around $100 million, largely due to his inheritance of the Duchy of Cornwall from his father. When William is crowned, he will inherit even more wealth, this time from the Duchy of Lancaster, which spans 23 countries and includes over 50,000 hectares of land. In addition, William may receive personal wealth from King Charles, including his father's investments and the vast royal art collection. Kate Middleton, as Queen Catherine, will also stand to inherit something remarkable: full access to the crown jewels. William's inheritance will not only secure his financial future, but also enable him to continue funding the various charitable causes that he and Kate champion. The resources provided by the Duchy of Lancaster and other royal assets come with the responsibility to manage them wisely, in alignment with the public's expectations for the monarchy's role in supporting British society. As the steward of these resources, William is likely to prioritize sustainability and public benefit, reinforcing his dedication to modernizing the monarchy. Meanwhile, Kate's access to the crown jewels will allow her to represent the heritage of the British monarchy, using these iconic pieces to uphold a legacy that balances both tradition and relevance. This collection contains over 100 items set with more than 20,000 individual gems, symbolizing the prestige and tradition of the British monarchy. Number 9. He'll take on additional responsibilities as king. After the passing of King Charles, Prince William will inherit the throne and immediately assume the role of head of state, along with numerous additional duties. As king, he will be responsible for constitutional and representative tasks, a role shaped by over 1,000 years of tradition. The royal family's official website explains that, like Queen Elizabeth and King Charles before him, William will act as a symbol of national identity and unity for the British people. Although the British monarchy no longer holds power in political decision-making, William will still play an active role. His calendar will be filled year-round with constitutional and representative duties, emphasizing his role in supporting the country's heritage and traditions. Number 10. Prince William will be required to take several solemn vows. Upon King Charles III's passing and William's ascent to the throne, a series of significant formal vows will be required of him as part of the transition. When King Charles became monarch, for example, he pledged to protect the Church of Scotland, and William will follow similar protocols. Besides his own important coronation ceremony, William will participate in several other key rituals. The first of these formal events will be the official proclamation of William as king in front of the Accession Council, the same body that gathered when his father assumed the throne at St. James's Palace in London. During this proclamation, William will publicly declare himself the new monarch for the first time, an act that aligns with the Accession Council's proceedings. Additionally, he will pledge to uphold constitutional government, reaffirming his dedication to the responsibilities of his role. These vows serve as powerful symbols of the monarchy's commitment to continuity and duty, binding the new king to centuries-old traditions that reinforce his role as both a national leader and a moral figurehead. Through the formal pledges and ceremonies, Prince William will not only declare his allegiance to Britain, but also his respect for its history, customs, and diverse religious institutions. Observers note that this series of oaths underscores the monarchy's dedication to serving the people, as each vow emphasizes stability, tradition, and moral responsibility. Such rituals are designed to remind both the monarch and the public of the enduring principles that guide the British crown life of a king-to-be. The life of a king-in-waiting is filled with intricate and unique preparations, and Prince William's journey is no exception. Each step he and his family take brings him closer to the throne, yet it raises the question, has he been groomed well enough to truly follow in his father's footsteps? Let's dive into the life of the next in line, Prince William, to explore his path and preparation for kingship. Childhood. Prince William was born on June 21, 1982, at St. Mary's Hospital in London, becoming the first child of King Charles III and his first wife Diana, Princess of Wales. A week later, on June 28th, Buckingham Palace announced his full name, William Arthur Philip Louis. His baptism took place on August 4th, coinciding with the 82nd birthday of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The ceremony was held at Buckingham Palace and officiated by Robert Runcie, the Archbishop of Canterbury. As a cherished child of the royal family, William was given 6 godparents, selected from both sides of his family to support him as he grew into his royal role. William's memorable time with his parents. William's early years were filled with memorable experiences with his parents, starting with his first international trip at just 9 months old, when he accompanied them on their 1983 tour of New Zealand and Australia. He and his younger brother Harry were primarily raised at Kensington Palace in London and Highgrove House in Gloucestershire, where their mother, Princess Diana, fostered a warm, loving environment. She affectionately nicknamed William Wombat, and was determined to give both of her sons a broader perspective on life than what was typically offered to royal children. Diana took William and Harry on outings to places like McDonald's, Walt Disney World, and notably to AIDS clinics and homeless shelters, helping them connect with people from all walks of life. She even bought them popular items like video games to ensure they felt a sense of normalcy. Diana reportedly saw William as her little wise old man and came to rely on him as a confidant during his early teenage years. These were some of the happiest times of William's childhood, though tragically they would be cut short, leaving an enduring impact on his life and character. A sad moment, a deeply sorrowful moment came in Prince William's life in 1996 when his parents, Charles and Diana, finalized their divorce. Just a year later, in the early hours of August 31st, 1997, tragedy struck when Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris. At the time, 15-year-old William was staying at Balmoral Castle with his brother, Prince Harry, and their father. Charles, facing the heartbreaking task of delivering the news, waited until the boys awoke the next morning to inform them of their mother's passing. In the days that followed, the world watched as William and Harry, alongside their father and other members of the royal family, joined the funeral procession from Kensington Palace to Westminster Abbey. Walking solemnly behind their mother's coffin, William and his brother displayed immense courage and composure as they mourned their beloved mother, sharing their grief with millions around the world. Schooling. William's education followed the traditional path of private schooling, starting with Jane Minor's nursery school and then moving to Wetherby School in London. He later attended Ludgrove School, where he received private tutoring from Rory Stewart during the summers. At Ludgrove, William was active in sports, participating in football, basketball, swimming, and more. After successfully passing the admissions exam for Eton College, he continued his studies, focusing on biology, geography, and art history at the A level. During his time at Eton, he also took up water polo and captained his house team in football, showcasing both his academic dedication and athletic talent, a choice between parents. The decision to send Prince William to Eton College marked a significant departure from the royal family's tradition of enrolling male royals at Gordonstoun, the Scottish boarding school attended by his father, grandfather, and several other relatives. However, Eton held a special connection for William's maternal family, as both his maternal grandfather and uncle were alumni. This choice represented a symbolic blend of both his parents' legacies, bridging the preferences of his maternal and paternal sides. To allow William a measure of normalcy, the royal family and the media reached an understanding. William could study at Eton largely free from press intrusion in exchange for periodic updates on his life. This arrangement, however, didn't dampen William's adventurous spirit as he continued to carve out his own unique path within the royal tradition. William's exploration of adventure. After completing his studies at Eton, William embarked on an adventurous gap year that broadened his experiences and perspectives. He took part in British Army training drills in Belize, worked on dairy farms, and spent significant time in Africa, where he deepened his connection with the culture. One of the highlights of his gap year was his involvement in a Rally International program in Chile, where he spent 10 weeks on community construction projects and teaching English. Living alongside other young volunteers, William embraced ordinary domestic tasks, such as cleaning the toilet, and even took on a role as a disc jockey at a local radio station. His fascination with African culture also led him to learn Swahili, reflecting his commitment to understanding the cultures he encountered. This year of exploration enriched his worldview and provided a unique foundation for his future roles. Disguised for a degree, William's sense of adventure was temporarily put on hold as he continued his studies. In 2001, he returned to the UK to attend the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. Just as during his time at Eton, the press agreed to respect his privacy, and students were cautioned against discussing him with the media. This arrangement allowed him to blend in with his peers and enjoy a more typical university experience. Initially enrolling in art history, William later switched his major to geography, ultimately graduating in 2005 with an undergraduate Master of Arts degree, achieving upper second-class honors. His final project focused on the coral reefs of Rodrigues in the Indian Ocean, demonstrating his interest in environmental issues. During his university years, he also competed in the Celtic Nations tournament as part of the Scottish National University water polo team. To help him maintain a low profile on campus, fellow students nicknamed him Steve, ensuring that his identity remained under wraps and enabling him to study and socialize without excessive public attention. Learning the family business, William took a hands-on approach to preparing for his future responsibilities within the royal family. He completed internships in banking at HSBC and in land management at Chatsworth House, gaining valuable insights into finance and estate management. After graduating from college, he enrolled in a vocational agricultural management course at Cambridge in 2014, specifically designed to prepare him for overseeing the Duchy of Cornwall. This course, offered by the Cambridge Program for Sustainability Leadership, CPSL, with his father as its patron, equipped him with the skills necessary for sustainable estate management. The Duchy of Cornwall, which William inherited when his father became king, is a £760 million institution established in 1337 to provide income for the eldest son of the reigning monarch. Through these experiences, William built a strong foundation for managing this historic estate, aligning with both tradition and modern sustainability practices. The taste for military adventure. Driven by a desire for military service, William began his training at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in January 2006. After completing his initial training, he joined the Blues and Royals, serving as a squad commander in an armored reconnaissance unit following in the footsteps of his younger brother, Prince Harry. His training included a 5-month stint at Bovington Camp in Dorset, preparing him for the role. Known as Lieutenant Wales, a title drawn from his father's former title, Prince of Wales, William faced limitations on active duty because of his position as second in line to the throne. Ministers and senior officials were cautious about placing him in potentially dangerous situations, an issue that became more pronounced after Prince Harry's deployment was delayed in 2007 due to specific security threats. Despite the risks, William continued to build his military experience. He expanded his training in both the Royal Air Force and Royal Navy, earning commissions as a sub-lieutenant in the Navy and a flying officer in the Air Force, ranks roughly equivalent to an Army lieutenant. This multi-branch training reflected his commitment to serving in a meaningful capacity, despite the limitations imposed by his royal status. William's love at first sight. William and Catherine Middleton first met in 2001 as students residing in St. Salvatore's Hall at the University of St. Andrews, quickly forming a friendship. It wasn't until 2003, however, that Catherine truly captured William's attention during a charity fashion show, sparking a romantic interest between them. The two began dating shortly afterward, and during their second year they shared a flat with two other friends, deepening their bond through shared routines and experiences. From 2003 to 2005, they also lived together with two friends at Balgove House on the Strathtyrham estate. Although they briefly broke up in 2004, their separation was short-lived, and they soon reconciled, marking the start of a steady relationship that would ultimately lead to a lasting partnership. William began his own family. In November 2010, it was officially announced that Prince William would marry his longtime partner, Catherine Middleton. The royal wedding took place on April 29, 2011, at Westminster Abbey in London, capturing the hearts of millions worldwide. Since then, William and Catherine have welcomed 3 children into their family: Prince George Alexander Louis, their firstborn, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, and Prince Louis Arthur Charles. Following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II on September 8, 2022, William's father, Charles, ascended the throne. As the new king, Charles named William as his heir apparent, granting him the title Duke of Cornwall. Shortly thereafter, William was also bestowed the title of Prince of Wales, marking a new chapter in his life as he prepares to fulfill his future role as king. Succession is no simple task, nor are the responsibilities it entails. Royal families have long recognized the importance of preparing their younger members for the demands of leadership, ensuring that when the time comes, they can step into their roles with confidence and capability. From a young age, future heirs are immersed in matters of the kingdom, receiving guidance and training that equip them to navigate the complexities of their roles without becoming overwhelmed. This dedication to preparation is essential in maintaining stability and continuity within the monarchy. What do you think? Will Prince William be a good king? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, click the bell icon for notifications, and subscribe to our channel for more royal insights. See you in the next video.